Hello everyone, and welcome to the Warcraft 101 first look at patch 6.2. What's going on everyone, AJ here, and we are back today on the PTR. For patch 6.2, we're going to be taking a look at all of the new features that are going to be coming this patch. So as soon as you log in, you can go to your garrison and you're going to find a quest that you can pick up there. And basically it says that King Varian Rin is there in your end. You can get a quest from him and he's causing a ruckus. And what you do once you talk to him is he's going to give you a quest to fly all the way over to Tanan Jungle, right? Because the Alliance is going to be starting the invasion on the Iron Horde. So we're going to take that quest there and we're going to head all the way over out to our Flight Master, where we will take a flight all the way up to Gorgrond, where the Iron Docks are, of course, located. Now, as you may notice here, in Tanan Jungle, Manaroth is back. Now, this is pretty exciting, right? Because as we all saw in the cinematic there at the very beginning of Warlords of Draenor, Manaroth got slayed by Grom Hellscream, and now he's back in the new raid Hellfire Citadel. So that's pretty exciting news if you ask me. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why it happened. I think that it does make sense that the blood of Manaroth would turn the orcs into these green monsters and all, but still though, very interesting, even though Manaroth was apparently dead. But apparently he's alive. But either way, taking a look there, as you guys can see, the gates have been torn down. It looks like if you do watch Trick 2G, you would know that Udyr took a little bit of gate stop in there. He opened the gates in the Tanan Jungle. So we can now get in there. But either way, on my flight up to the Iron Docks, I noticed in the, I believe it's the Adventures Journal now it's called, you have a little bit of a kind of like preview thing for the patch. You can see what's going on, what's the new raid. It's going to allow you to queue up in there from the beginning, and you can see the rewards and stuff like that, which is really cool. And taking a look here, I mean, there are a lot of different bosses here, and this raid looks absolutely massive. I think I counted, oh my god, there was like over 12 bosses in this. It's insane, so many. And the really cool thing, this first one, it looks like you're like storming the Hellfire Citadel or something. I don't know, cool mechanics, cool stuff. I'm not the biggest PvEer myself. I'm actually going to be PvEing for the first time tonight, believe it or not. But still though, pretty cool stuff. Alright, so after about a little bit of a flight right there, you're going to be getting into the Iron Docks up here. And once you do land at the Flight Master, you're going to be presented by a quest, right? And basically, what this quest is going to say is that we got to get some explosives, because this guy, this dock master who's going to help us build a shipyard, is somehow trapped in a train or something right now. I'm not too sure. But either way, you pick up this collect quest from Urel there, and you're going to be going to get explosives and a detonator. Now, on the PTR, of course, the quests are a little buggy, so you do have to accept them twice, as you saw there. What a big fail. But of course, we do get the detonator there and the explosives. So we go around and we collect that. Quest was a little buggy, so I had to skip ahead a little bit. But we do manage to eventually get that, and from there we will go ahead and turn it in. Now, once we get the detonator, of course, we're going to be heading over all the way around here to this guy on the Iron Docks. Now, this guy is a shipyard builder. He was one of the guys in the Iron Horde, but what happened was once Gul'dan took over, he got trapped and imprisoned in this little train cart here, and it's going to be our job to blow it up. So explosions, my friends. But either way, we will pick up this quest here, and what we got to do, we just got to put in 3 little explosives here. 1, 2, and oh, bada bing, bada boom, 3. Press down the detonator here, and we will blow a hole in the side of this place. They will jump out, and of course, we will be presented with the Shipyard Master here. So a little dialogue does come here. Unfortunately, no voiceovers are in the PTR yet, but hopefully we will see some of that come out a little bit later. But PTR, it is a little buggy right now, and we did do this last night, so either way, we accept this quest. This guy walks out. He's like, alright, let's team up. Let's beat out this Gul'dan and his Burning Legion. So you take the quest from him, right? And at this part, I was like, what do you even do? Because it's very unclear, the quest line. It's like all kind of scattered around. So I actually spend probably a good, decent half an hour trying to figure out what to do after this point. I like, do I have to run over here? Where are the grappling hooks? What do I have to do? So either way, I accept this quest, and all of a sudden this warlock starts like coming on to me. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna roast you, kid. I'm like, bitch, please. You just messed with desecration. You're going down. So he thinks he can take me, right? And I grip him in. We get the stun off. We get the Breath of Cindergosa rolling here. And he's going to be dropping down in just a moment. And G motherfucking G, he does drop down. So we disrespect on his corpse, right? And we talk to, of course, the shipmaster there. And we're going to take him all the way over. I'm not sure, once again, I'm not sure where to go at this point, right? So I'm still like kind of moving around trying to figure out what do I even do at this point? Where are the grappling hooks? I literally died like 3 times trying to find this. But either way, I eventually found it out. You have to walk all the way over here into the middle of the shipyard. And I'm like, okay, there's the blue circles on my map. That's where I have to go. It all makes sense now. So we'll jump over here, avoid those guys for a little bit. And of course the grappling hooks right here. So what he's basically asking you to do, you gotta kill this guy. I think he's like the king of the shipyard or something. I'm not even sure. But either way, you'll interact with that and you'll be thrown up here. And we have to slay this guy up here and get the blueprints for what looks like to be a shipyard, which you will be building in your garrison momentarily. So we'll take him on. And I guess that this guy is Burning Legion corrupted. He's with Gul'dan and stuff, and he's hiding up here, calling all the shots as Gul'dan's Iron Horde is like kind of taking over this harbor, right? So he's up here, he's calling all the shots, and we got to get him down and get these blueprints together so that we can get a shipyard going in our garrison. So we'll go ahead, we will kill him here and pick that up. Then head right back down to our Mr. Shipmaster here. Turn in this quest. So, once we turn in this quest, obviously Gul'dan has formed quite an army here so far. So it's going to be our responsibility to take him out. So we'll take this quest here, and we will hearth back to our garrison. Take it again. There we go. All right. So we'll hearth back to our garrison where we will be confronted to build our first shipyard. Now, for 6.2, it's going to be notable. You guys are going to want to save up quite a bit of garrison resources. I mean, I have a ton to begin with, but you guys need a ton. And I'm talking like 6,000 you're going to need in order to build this thing. It's pretty damn expensive. So if you guys have not started saving up for that yet, I would recommend doing that now. Because you not only need a level 3 garrison, but you need just a crap ton of resources too. So either way, you will grab that quest and we will head right down to the shipyard here where we will pick up that quest. The guy who we met back there at the Iron Docks is going to be waiting for you down there. And we will begin construction on the shipyard to do a naval invasion into Tanaan Jungle. That's pretty cool, right? So this is the original place where you have landed. I'm sure it's the same for the Horde too, but for the Alliance, down here by the beach, this is the original place where that huge Iron Horde ship washed up. And now you'll be able to make your very own ship yourself down here. So it's pretty cool. You'll be able to send your followers on naval missions, stuff like that. So, I mean, I like it a lot, but either way, pretty cool stuff. So we will do that. Unfortunately, no in-game cinematic has been added yet, but you will construct your very own shipyard. Go down here, and as you can see, the model, I think it's really, really cool. This is pretty cool stuff. I have not seen what the Horde version of it looks like, but I mean, from the Alliance side, this is just beautiful. Like, you go out here, and I'm just shaking, sounds like white, there's wood everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Very nicely done. So we got to talk to this guy once again, and he is going to start you out on your first mission to build a ship. Now, this ship is going to allow you to basically go out on a naval mission, send your followers out, do whatever they got to do, you know. So we will delete that, and he's going to hand you the blueprints to make your first ship. Now, this is, of course, where the garrison resources do come into play. You will get that quest, but of course, I'm not going to have enough. Excuse me, you got to destroy the blueprints. Never mind. So that's coming up. So we destroy the blueprints first, we accept that quest, and we accept this new one. He's basically going to charge you with completing a ship, right? So we will talk to him again, and as you can see, it's going to cost pretty decent amount of resources here. If we can. So there we go. So as you can see, I'm a few resources short, but luckily in my garrison, I did have some saved up. So I was able to take them and then head right back down to the beach and talk to him again and get started on the construction of our very first ship. So I'll talk to him, speak to him, we will construct a ship, and he's going to say, oh yeah, it'll just take a moment, right? I don't like trying to interact with this thing, right? It's like, interact with the ship, and I'm like, what? How do I interact with it, right? So I'm just waiting around. I'm like trying to click him. I'm trying to figure out how do I make this thing happen, right? And then I get distracted by this amazing lighthouse over here. And I'm like, wow, when did they put this lighthouse in? Of all things, I mean, we have a harbor, right? But this lighthouse, this is pretty damn cool. I'm not going to lie. So I get a little bit distracted by that, right? But it's a pretty cool model if you guys haven't seen it yet. I think it's new in 6.2. I'll have to check though. But either way, we come back here and the ship is complete. However, I go to click on it, right? And it says there's no loot available. And I'm like, what do you mean there's no loot available? I didn't know that we're like looting the ship or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, let's try this again. Let's try putting on an auto loot. Let's see what happens then, right? So I click on auto loot, I hit OK, and I click on the ship, and GG. Nevertheless, we found out a little bit later that the server had actually just gone down at that very moment. So hopefully coming back here, we will actually be able to find out the next part of this chain. But until next time, I will be continuing with part 2 once the servers do come up a little bit later today. And we will be exploring the Tanan jungle itself, the new Hellfire raid, all the cool new items, the PvP changes, that's all coming up, guys. Stay tuned and keep it right here on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching the Warcraft 101 first look at patch 6.2, and we'll be back in about a day. Thanks, guys, so much.